3, 2, 1, go.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome, one and all, to round number 7 of the third season of the Romula One World Championship. We are here live at the Piraeus International Street Circuit in Piraeus City in Greece. And this isn't just any old street circuit. This is a high-speed, very technical circuit with 22 corners ahead of the drivers, 10 corners to the left and 12 to the right. And we will see speeds today of up to 340 kilometers an hour. Now before we begin qualifying, let's have a little talk about what happened in the last race, in case you might have missed it. Fernand has managed to close up big time on former championship leader Critical Noob after taking a second place finish in the previous round, with Critical Noob only finishing in 10th place and scoring 1 point. And as a result of that, Fernand now leads the Drivers' World Championship. And also on that matter, Ferrari have been able to close up on the current constructors leaders, Red Bull Racing, after taking maximum points in the race, bar the fastest lap point. So Red Bull in the remaining 4 races will need to watch their backs, as Ferrari will come charging towards them towards the end of the season. And joining me as always in the commentary booth tonight is my good friend King Snake. And joining me for the first time is Favos. Favos, welcome. Let's hear a few words from you.
Yep, hello everybody. This is very exciting as we are here in the Piraeus street circuit. It's very technical and also quite tricky with these bumps. And also in the standings, we have a very huge fight for first place in the Drivers' Championship, as Fernand is leading the Drivers' Championship by about 1.5 points. As we are closing into the season, 60% underway in the season. We have about 4 races left, including Piraeus Street Circuit.
Yep, we got only 4 races to go, and we all know what they say. Anything can happen in Romula One, and it usually does. Who knows? We might see a new championship leader today, although I would not exactly put my money on it, because the closest person currently to the 2 championship leaders is Outguard, who is currently sitting on 58.5 points. If he were to secure a win today, he would be up to 80.5 points. And assuming that neither Fernand nor Critical Noob score, he will be only 4.5 and 5 points away from the. No, wait, hang on. He will be only He'll be only 4.5 points and I'd say 5 points away from the Championship League. I don't know. My maths is not great today, but it's okay. And also, I have received recent news that there is going to be a little bit of rain popping into the race and qualifying as well. Qualifying is going to be raining. It's going to be very, very wet, so the intermediate tires will have to be used. And considering that practice was mostly in dry, it's just going to be completely new information for all the drivers. And now let's hear a few words from King Snake, who have not quite gotten to yet. King Snake, hello. It's good to have you back.
Hello. Yeah, good to be back. I've just had a look at the weather forecast, and I can confirm today that qualifying will be in light rain, as we just saw the weather radars earlier. At around 20 to 30%, the race will start under drizzly conditions at 10 to 25% track water for approximately 25% of the race, before switching over to overcast with 0% track water for about 70% of the race, to finish on sunny conditions for the final 10% of the race. So, this is the only weather forecast which should be referred to apparently, and we've also got some extra rules for qualifying. So, driving backwards will be a 3-place grid penalty, something all of these drivers are used to doing. in jumping in and out to set tyre wear will also be a free place grid penalty. Same as reversing your car to benefit from slipstream. Over to you.
And considering that qualifying will be in completely wet conditions, which is never before seen in Romula One, we might see a new surprise pole sitter. Who are your predictions? What are your predictions for who you think will be on pole position today? Do you have any?
Oh. For these, okay. Yeah, I'm not too sure, but from the practice sessions, I do think that the Ferrari team may have a decent chance. As in FP2, they were topping, well, were getting second and third. I forgot the driver who was in first, though. So this will produce an interesting fight, this race.
I've also just received word that the floodgates have been opened and cars are now starting to come onto the race circuit to begin their qualifying session. Dom G is currently out in front on the race circuit. He is wearing the intermediate tires, and for qualifying, the rules have been the same throughout the entire season. One single 15-minute qualifying session, so it's just the one session, so no Q1, no Q2, no Q3, none of that. Just 15 minutes, that's it. And the fastest time of all gets to start from the front of the grid. And the wet weather, we're going to see a few bit of lap times that are a little bit slower than what we've normally seen, but we might see a surprise pole sitter. Could be somebody brand new starting at the front of the grid. Favos, do you think will start from pole position today? You got any predictions?
I think we have some pretty huge contenders for pole position, and I think that Fronan is going to take on pole position here in Piraeus, and yeah. But it's, it's pretty tricky now that we have rain. And sorry for cutting you off.
That's alright. That's alright. I was just going to say that Critical Noob has been a strong qualifier for most of the season, so if you ask me, I won't be too surprised if he ends up on pole position. Critical Noob is out on the track at the moment. He's ahead of the two Alpines who are playing the slipstream game, which I think is quite a smart tactic for the Alpine team. That means they can get a little bit extra straight line speed as they come down, well, the straightaways. But there's no DRS enabled because it is raining, and I can see Critical Noob going just a little bit wide, getting prepared for his first lap, and there's a lot of traffic ahead of him. Everybody is going to want to set the lap times now. Dom G is currently the first one to be on a timed lap. He is currently going through turn number 4, I would believe, which is a quick right-hander. And the screen's frozen at the moment. And we're currently riding with Critical Noob, so let's speak about him. Let's see, there he is. He's going past the Aegean corner. Hits his apex very well. Brake at the 150 meter board for the quick right-hander. That is turn number 4, I think. I don't know my corners. And now we're coming through turn 5. And there's an Alpine sliding away in front and into the barrier. And I think he's just lost his front wing there. Yes, he has. So he's going to have to come back into the pits to get a new front wing, and he'll have to go again. Which is bad news for the Alpine camp, because in these conditions, you will want to set as many lap times as you can. Because you need the experience in these wet weather conditions, because, like I said before, qualifying has never happened in complete wet weather before. And there's a spinner further back. I can see. I think that's one of the AlphaTauris. That's a Boat Crafter. Yes, he managed to spin himself around 180 degrees, and that's thrown him off his lap time as Dom G comes across the line to set the first competitive lap time of the session, a 1 minute 37.887 second lap time, which is a fairly good lap time for the others out there to try and beat. But Dom G will try to go again and set a faster time, with 11 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Falcon comes across the line to set a 1 minute 38.312, and Critical Noob sets an absolute.
Oh, sorry, you cut off there. Could you please repeat that? Okay, I guess we've lost Spinion for second race in a row. So, currently, as I think he was just about to get onto, you've got Critical Noob running fastest, just setting 136.700, but it's his teammate now who's just set the fastest Sector 1, Outguard. Now, I'm just going, yeah, let's ride on board with him here. Let's see how he's taking these corners. He's going for the wet line, something not many of the other drivers have fully adapted to yet, but it's going well so far. If you do get back Spinion, please let me know.
Okay, is it working? All right, okay,
Yeah,
I'm back. Sorry, my mic just disconnected for some reason. But yeah, Critical Noob is now set an absolute flyer of a lap, a 1 minute 36.700 to take provisional pole position, over 7/10 of a second clear of his teammate Outguard in second place. Third place, we see Domji with 137.887, who is now coming into the pit lane to, I would believe, change his tires onto another set of intermediates to try and set another competitive time. And let's see what his pit stop time is as he goes completely by the box to the number 2 board. And his time is 3.81 seconds. Now, I think that needs to be a little rule as well. Drivers must stop in their pit box to complete a pit stop. If they're still rolling whilst they're changing their tires, then I feel like that maybe should be a little bit of a penalty. Well, that's for the race. Qualifying's a little bit different, though. And Casser's just been saying, I don't know when. If you remind me. Remind him of what? Not sure. And now I'm currently looking at Domji's teammate, Fernand, who's currently not faring the best at the moment. His best lap currently being a 159.791. He's currently in 13th position. We just need to hope and see if he can put in a faster lap time, because 13th place will not do well for him, as he is the new championship leader, and he will want to extend the lead of his championship. And he comes across the line to set a 147.7 to be 11 seconds slower than the pole time and go 10th. And I would not be happy about it if I were Fernand. And the 2 Alpines, let's talk about them for a moment. They are doing fairly well, currently lining up 5th and 6th. And wait, what is this? What is this? Why? There's 4 cars, four cars just sitting on the outside of the penultimate corner, and they're all just sitting there. They're not even budging. I just find it really funny.
Oh,
I think we should get the broadcast on that.
It's for a slipstream. That's why they are stuck there.
Shh. And Critical Noob is away, and Lance Droid has now just showed up to be a part of the squad, the Slipstream squad, as we have now got 7 minutes and 50 seconds to go in this qualifying session. We have almost reached the halfway point in this session. So again, there's no Q1, no Q2, no Q3. It's just 15 minutes just 15 minutes, and that's it. Now let's have a look and see what lap times are coming in. Outguard's currently set at 29.9 sector 1 time, 3/10 of a second slower than his teammate. Let's see what he can do in the second sector, if I can find him. Never mind, I won't find him because the broadcast is still on Critical Noob. I really need to watch the broadcast more.
I can change over to the broadcast of a driver of your choice if you do want.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
If you do just say somebody start talking about them, then I will try my best to focus on them.
Oh, it's okay. I will follow the broadcast. So yeah, right now we are currently looking at Ratya, who is currently sitting in 13th position with a 1 minute 51.862. Let's see what his sector times are as he comes through the sections. 39.4 for sector 1, 42.3 for sector 2. Now let's see what he can do in the final corner as he comes across the line to set. And we can see here that he's gone and hit the rumble strips, and that has ruined his lap time. So he will have to go again, and he sets a 2 minute 1.833 second lap time to stay 13th, and he will have to go again. Meanwhile, Critical Noob is about to cross the line, and he does not improve on his lap time, and I believe we can see Outguard. Outguard may be trying the soft tires. Oh, never mind. He's gone and changed back to intermediates. He might have just come out of the pit garage, actually. And we can see Domji putting in an impressive lap time to go second place with 1 minute 37.170. That splits the two Red Bulls, and he cements himself in the fight for pole position here today.
Yeah. I have managed to possibly get Zach's Gaming Club to talk just after this qualifying session, so you've got 5 minutes 30 till that. But for now, let's try to focus on the title battle, which may be starting to shape up.
Really sorry to interrupt you there, but I've just noticed that F1 Fan has managed to plop his Alfa Romeo into 4th position on the grid with 5 minutes and 15 seconds to go. That is an incredible lap time from the Alfa Romeo man, who is trying to get his team back up in the constructor standings. Who's trying to score some good points for his team in the final half of the season. The second half of the season. My bad.
I mean, yeah, we've seen F1 Fan, as you've said, just recently come in, and he's already made this track really a second home. He's got straight into the mix of everything. He's brought the team up drastically in terms of results and performance, and he's really starting to do well, especially on his debut race just a week or two ago. Back over to you.
Yeah, and Alfa Romeo before the second half of the season, they were currently sitting in 7th in the championship with only 14 points to their name. And after the last race, they're still 7th in the championship, but they've got 20 points to their name, and they are chasing down AlphaTauri and Mercedes for 5th in the constructors. And if they are able to do that today, I would consider that a job well done for the AlphaTauri team. Not AlphaTauri, my bad, the Alfa Romeo team, as Fernand has now jumped up to 3rd fastest with an identical lap time to his teammate Domji, a 1 minute 37.170. That is the absolute identical lap. The two Ferrari teammates, they have just gone and set identical lap times to each other. What do you think about that?
I mean, I'm wondering who will get second or third. I mean, to be honest, I'm just shocked at the identical lap times that Fernand and his teammate Dom have conquered.
Yeah, the two Ferraris are looking quick today, and let's hear your opinions, King. You were trying to speak.
Oh no, don't worry. I'm coming.
Let's hear your opinion.
Yes, so I mean, I think I've forgotten your question, but looking at Fernand and some of the other drivers, I mean, of course, as Fevos was saying a second ago, to have both people getting the exact same lap time is insane. You just on the broadcast, you could see the Williams of, I believe, Nose there. Gnome, yeah, missing a front wing, and F1 fans, who we were looking at earlier, has just stopped there, possibly to try to recreate that DRS train we saw earlier.
Yeah, with 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go now, it's anybody's game for pole position. If anyone wants to make a move for the top spot, it's now. Because after this, you're not going to get another lap. Well, if you're changing your tires at least, this will be your absolute last qualifying lap, and you will not get another one. So you need to make it count. And for someone like Gnome Games, who's currently sitting in 16th, he has to put a lap time in, because with his teammate in 9th place, 16th for Gnome is just not quite good enough. Back
Hello.
over to you. Oh, hello, Zach. I've just noticed you popped in. Welcome.
Not sure the quality's
Zach,
on
it's
good,
nice
but-
I joined.
Apparently
everybody
he's
doing?
one of our boys.
Okay, I guess you're up here now. So, who do you think's going to win this race?
Let me see. Is Chris Boy in this in the race? Chris Boy, perhaps. I don't know if he is.
He is in the race. He's just watching him now on the stream. He's in one of the Williams. Currently, Chris Boy's running 9th.
I think Chris Boy can win this one. He's pretty fast.
So from
I
9th,
know it's a very random thing, but he's fast.
so from 9th, you're predicting a comeback mid-race.
Correct.
Okay, I'm not sure. I'll hand over the interview to Spinion now.
So, first of all, can I get a little bit of background information on who you are? So it's just
Okay,
so I get some
Yeah, that's
questions.
fine. Chill. I'm Zach. I have a channel called Zach's Gaming Lab. I make content on mostly Formula Apex. If you don't know what that game is, everyone knows what that is.
Yep,
And
I've heard
yeah,
of
that's
Formula.
right. I'm a YouTuber. Sorry.
All right, so welcome. It's good to have you on board.
Yeah.
So far in the qualifying session, we've seen quite a lot. Can we hear your take on the qualifying session that's been ahead of us so far? What have you been thinking of it?
It's very interesting. It's pretty cool to see like all the drivers are like in terms of the qualifying times. If you look towards the top, they're all very close indeed. Especially with the guy at the front. He's a 1:36.4, which is very impressive, by the way. And I see you guys have wet weather here, so this should make for a very interesting race, I must say.
Yeah, we do have wet weather, but it's not gonna stay like this. It's gonna turn to dry in the early parts of the race. So we're gonna see those soft, medium, and hard tires coming onto the cars, and these drivers they won't exactly be used to it because they're used to the wet weather conditions that's ahead of them. So it will take a little bit of time for them. It'll take a little bit of time for them to adjust to the new conditions. As qualifying has now concluded, we've got a massive slipstream train consisting of 5 cars, and I think that's somebody off. I think that's F1 fan who might have collided with the barrier there. Let's see if we can find out if it is. It might have been, but he's sitting in the garage at the moment. His qualifying session is over. He's currently 6th. Ratia is going to be coming across the line soon. His qualifying session will be finished as he crosses the line. Let's see what lap time he can put in. He goes 13th with a 1:39.4 as he slams into the barrier at the end. Now let's see what other times. Everybody's coming in. Everybody is coming in at once. I could just not see who was there. Boatcrafter's 14th. Has Gnome Gamer set a lap time in? I don't know if he has. Let's see. No, he's not set a lap time yet. He's coming around the final corner now. Let's see what he can do. He's currently 17th on the grid. Let's see what lap time he can put in as he comes across the line. 1:42.4. He goes 16th. He overtakes Epic Lexter, I think that's his name. And so, yep, that is qualifying concluded. Critical Noob will be starting on pole for the Piraeus Grand Prix, the Greece Grand Prix.
Okay, so Spinion, if you quickly check DMs, and then if you have an interview with Zach about what's going on, anybody in chat currently, or in the Discord, if you just go and send any questions you've got in the YouTube chat. We may also get a few drivers up as well, if any drivers do want to speak.
Yep.
So,
Wait, and also sorry for continuing off. And also, who will get second place? Is it going to be like Dom or Fernan? That's like the primary question here in this race.
Well, Dom's currently ranked 2nd on the timing screen, so I will assume that he will be starting on the front row alongside Critical Noob. But I still think it's incredible that the 2 Ferrari drivers were able to set the exact same lap time in qualifying. When was the last time we saw that happen in Romula One? a really long time ago, if not ever.
Yes, so, I mean, let's get started with some interviews. Okay, so, if anybody would like to speak, make sure to put your hands up. So, we've currently got the Alpine team boss for GeForce, who I believe Zach will also know.
So, sorry about that.
Hi, Zach.
My voice. Hi, GeForce. That's good.
Yeah. And any questions? Am I meant to answer? You know.
I'm not prepared.
Wait, so
Oh,
are
yeah.
we now getting Zach
So-
interviewing, or... Shall we just
I
get
don't
Zach to
actually
do an
know.
interview?
GeForce,
Was
do you
anyone gonna
believe in your
interview me?
drivers?
Do I believe in my
Come on.
drivers? Of course I do.
Just
Of
say.
course I believe in my drivers. Why would I have them on my team if I didn't believe in them? I mean, Deferred, he's my savior, and Epic, he's a little shaky in the rain, but trust me, when it's dry, he'll get people. He'll win the race.
I'm just hoping you can make a little bit of a comeback, because 8th and 17th, that won't exactly reflect the best on your team. Do you have any strategies in mind to get Epic to come back through the field and score some good points?
Yep. I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna say because it's stupid top secret, but we have some things line up, and just make sure to watch Alpine.
And for both drivers, what are your aspirations for this race? What is your goal? What are your goals for this race?
Double points, and I think maybe if we have a good race, no mistakes, I definitely think a top 5 finish is on the cards today.
That sounds very good. Anyone else got any more questions to ask for me?
Okay, I
You got any
mean,
thinking?
No questions.
if Zach's still here, then...
Nope, he's gone.
Wait, no,
Oh,
we've
never mind.
got him up.
There he is.
Okay, Primer will speak to you next.
So I think I had an
but
issue.
For Zach, I mean,
Sorry.
what do you think of the league, and, like, what's going on with your YouTube channel currently?
Obviously, with league, I think you're referring to Romula One. I think Romula is a very nice league ran by Castor. Castor definitely knows what he's doing. And I think the other question. My channel's doing pretty well. I'm just working on making better content. Anyways, I do have to go. So wishing the best for you guys, and see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Okay, great.
All right, well, thank you very much for joining us tonight, and we'll hopefully see you on another day. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, so now we're going to have Prime up, and Spinion's going to continue interviews.
Okay, let's bring him up. Hello, Prime.
Alright.
Welcome. So, 9th place on the grid. I don't think you'd be too happy with that. Could you tell us how your qualifying session went from your perspective?
It's fine. I just I didn't get no slipstream. Yeah, it's like a getting it. So no slipstream, and there's a team boss talking to me on my good lap. So I was kind of distracted, but it wasn't too bad. I mean, I can make it up in the race. The race is gonna matter so much more than this quali.
Yeah, and speaking of the race, have you got any strategies in mind that you're gonna play to try and get yourself back up the field and into some good points?
That's a secret. That's a secret. Yeah, you'll see. You'll see whether I'm in front or I lose a ton of time.
I don't want to know what it is. I just want to know if you have one.
I do, but I don't know if it'll work.
Well, it's better to have a strategy than to not. And your teammate's just behind you in 10th. Are you gonna work with him to try and see if you can get the both of yous up the field into the points?
He's good on his own. He doesn't need my help.
So you just gonna leave him alone?
He'll probably trail or overtake.
So no slipstream boost or any of that.
Nah, we don't need that.
All right.
We're
Well,
good.
Okay. Well, that's all. That's all I have to ask you for the time being. Thanks for coming up, and good luck for the race.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Thank you very much. Anyone else wanting to come up? And I've just been Caster screaming at me, telling me to interview another person. We got anybody else coming up? Anyone? Come on, don't be shy. Don't be shy. No? No one? Mr. Bread's wanting to come up.
And also Dom.
Come on. Come on up. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome.
Uh-oh. Sound just went out. Oh, never mind. No, it didn't. Hi. Hello. How's your kidneys doing?
Are you gonna speak?
I am
He
speaking.
is speaking. I just need to turn him up. So,
Wow,
wait,
this
are
is some
you
real
Dakar
Detroit.
or Kaikera?
Okay, right, there you go. Run me.
I'm the one who speaks.
I could wait to hear.
Yes, you're the one who speaks. So, hello, welcome.
Hi.
So, second and third on the grid with identical lap times. You must be amazed at your drivers. But how do you feel the qualifying session went from your perspective?
Well, I'd say not last. Yippee. Not first. So, not expected. I don't have to give Dom 20,000 Robux as we agreed. But, not last.
Yeah, it's better to be high up on the grid than low on the grid. And speaking of the grid, you're currently in a bit of a Red Bull sandwich. Do you have any strategies in mind to try and beat them today?
Well, yeah, we've deployed a third driver who's gonna have knowledge of everything, placing front wings left and right. It'll be like Super Mario, but without super. Sorry, it's gonna be like Mario Kart, but it's gonna be, more like, what do we call, Cool Chad Kart and something like that. Because, no Mario's here. It can be...
And
Where's John P? We haven't heard from John P in a while. I think he'd have some wisdom.
Maybe.
John P.
And, we've only got 4 races left in the season, so things must be getting big. How do you feel that this season has gone so far?
Well, I don't know. I was here the first race, then I woke up, and then I realized, oh, it's like race 8 or something, and I think it's gone okay. I mean, I don't know who is leading. I have no idea.
Well, right now your driver Fernand's leading the drivers' championship, and you're only a small handful of points away from Red Bull in the constructors.
He's simply that good. Abdul, cry about it. What can I say? Not good enough. Suffering from skill issue.
And with your driver starting second and third, do you feel like you could overtake Red Bull in the constructors today?
We can overtake them every day. We choose not to do it during the week because we're that good.
Well, that's a very interesting response.
I know.
Well, I'm afraid that's all I've got to ask you.
Sure?
Yeah, that's all. But I'm
Can I
just going
ask
to
you
see
the
if
questions?
You want to ask me questions?
Yes. Who do you think is
go
going to
ahead.
be the surprise of this race?
Oh, honestly, I think F1 fan might give me a little surprise. He's starting 6th on the grid, and this is only his second race in Romula One, so I feel like he might have a few things up his sleeve for today.
Oh, yeah. I agree. Who do you think's finishing P11 today?
Anyone, really. Anyone can finish P11.
Well, anybody can finish P1 if you look at that logic.
I mean, Chris Klonoop finished 10th last race.
Mm-hmm. It's
So,
not 11th.
It can happen. Not saying it should, but it can.
Yeah. For real, it can.
Did anybody else just see what
You got
went
any more
on with that Aston on my screen?
Hang on, I gotta tell Casta to give me the car. He doesn't believe
I'm afraid I
me.
wasn't watching the stream there. And there's, oh, I've just noticed there's absolute chaos going down the pit lane. Everyone's
Yeah.
jumping and running about.
I mean, you're one of
Alright,
them. I see you in your wheelchair. I know that's your go-kart.
I know, I know.
Let's see your cart. Come on, stop a second. Where have you gone?
Wait, hold on. Let me get into
There
position.
you are.
Let me get into position. Hold on.
Hop the fence.
I need to be. Oops. I need to be in the right spot first of all.
Stop jumping. Let me get that cinematic view.
Nah, I ain't.
Right. Do we have any sports betting here? How many front wings will I lose during this race? Place your bets.
7.
7. Okay, that's a good take. I'd say more, but that's
No,
a good
this is
take.
my spot. I'm over here, second on the grid.
Alright, chat. Place your bets. How many front wings am I losing this race?
I mean, yeah, make sure to, as if
I'm
you
gonna
just start
say
posting
2.
stuff. That's all we've got time for with Decare now, so thanks for coming up.
Oh
I
yeah.
had
Yeah,
24 laps of practice,
sorry
okay?
for,
This will be
holding you up.
whack as hell.
Great to hear. So as you can see at the top, it's going to be the current conditions, then it's going to turn to dry at approximately lap 5 to 7, so that should be cool to watch what happens in this crossover period. Over to you, Spinion.
What were we just talking about there again? I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
I mean, about the new forecast for today, and how it should be changing throughout lap 5 to 7 to become dry.
Well, I think it's very interesting. First of all, those who are quicker in the wet weather will get an advantage earlier on, but after the first few laps, that advantage will start to fade away, and they might start to drop back down the field. But I'm hoping they don't, because obviously I want to see them do well. But again, Romula One, anything can happen. So hopefully the good things happen, I should say. Yeah, the good things. I hope the good things happen. Yes. And Caster's just given the word to get everyone to line up. And so it's a pretty good time to clear the grid, even though I'm not on the grid. It's just for anybody who might be on the grid.
Oh yeah, but our jump start detectors now, so keep your chat open, Spinion, and let us know if anybody has jump started.
Is that something new?
Yeah, as before, it would only be down to visual if somebody jump started, and of course if it's close enough, then we just let it slide. Due to desync. But now, everybody will have that depending on when the lights go out for them, accounting for their own desync.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and so before the start of the race, let's run through the starting grid, shall we? So,
Yeah.
on pole position, it's gonna be Critical Noob with setting a 1 minute 36.454 second lap time to take pole position. Alongside him is the reigning race winner Domji, who got his first Romula One career win just last week. In third place is his teammate Fernan, ahead of the second Red Bull of Outguard in fourth. Then we've got Falcon in fifth, F1 Fan sixth, Acer seventh, Deferred eighth, Prime Drifter and ASM will start 9th and 10th, with Chris Boy in 11th, Super Joke 12th, Ratya 13th, Boatcrafter 14th, Lance Droid 15th, Gnome Games 16th, Epic Lexer 17th, Dakar 18th, and last but not least, Funky Fox starts 19th, who did not set a lap time in qualifying. And so, with the grid completed and lined up, let's set our eyes on the lights, as they will be coming on very shortly.
Why is Golden Bullet always flying around? Just something I want to point out there. This guy's always just hovering above the grid, so he can never use any of his videos for promotions. So make sure to go and DM him some crazy stuff. I don't know.
Timer's been reset. We've got 28 laps ahead of us today. And the lights are coming on now. 5 red lights are ahead of the drivers. We've got a pause. The lights are off and everybody is away. Critical Noob gets an absolute flyer of a start. Takes the race lead from Domji. And there that's Outguard moving up into 3rd place. Ahead of Fernan, who's dropped down the field, it appears. And I think that's one of the McLarens going off there. I think one of them just did a massive flip. Let's see if we can find out who it was. It might have been Acer's teammate, Falcon. Let's see if we can find him. There's Falcon. It was Falcon. He's all the way at the back of the field now, I believe. And I think there's a Haas going off further back. I'm not sure who that is. It is definitely a Haas, and I think that's one of the Alpines who have just lost their front wing at the start of the race. It might have been. I'll just need to confirm that. And there's a spinner, the Prime Drifter spinning around, and that drops them all the way back down the field, as we can see Chris Boy and Deferred now battling and I think that's Funky Fox sliding around there. He almost lost the car, but thankfully he was able to keep it on the road there. He lost a few positions down the road. But he's already made up a few spots from the back of the grid. And Chris Boy is currently leading, with Fernand now setting the fastest sector 2. I think he's gone back up to 2nd place now. Let's see if we can find out. Yes, he is. He's back in 3rd. And I think that's Domji going for the race lead, trying to move around the outside. Just doesn't quite work, but he gets the extra straight line speed, and now he's right behind Critical Noob. Is he going to take the race lead as we come into the final chicane to end the 1st lap? Yes, he is. Domji takes the race lead as we come out of lap number 1. But on the timing screens, it says Critical Noob is out in front from Fernand, Domji in 3rd, and then it's Outguard 4th, Acer down in 5th, Deferred making a good start from 8th, moving up into 6th, Curse Boy 7th, Fratya 8th, ASM 9th, and Lance Joy completing the top 10.
Just to check if Fethos is Fethos even still here? But as I say that, you've got Acer now going fastest in Sector 1 in for McLaren. So he's really got his head down and he's getting ready to start going forwards and continuing with this race, hopefully making up places.
And I think that's one of the Ferraris going off. That's Domji. Sorry to interrupt you there. Domji's just gone off and he's stuck in the barriers. Domji is now out of this race. The reigning race leader will not be continuing any further in this race. He ran over the sausage curbs and he's now stuck on the barrier, and he's complaining to Casta now to remove the curb, but Domji, that's it confirmed. Domji is now out of this race, and that puts Outguard up into 3rd position, and that gives Red Bull.
Sorry to interrupt, but what that does do is we've seen a battle heating up between Dom and Critical, but of course Fernand's now going to want to get in front to get those points for his team, for the constructors, along with increasing his own position. And for Fernand, this can help get him back in the title fight if he does this. As we know, Critical Noob can sometimes make some bad mistakes, which will be what they're hoping for. But if Red Bull continues how they are, they'll still be getting more points, even if Fernand does win, running in a 2-3 configuration currently. Back over to you.
It'll be good for Fernand to get lots of points in this race, as it means he will be able to keep his championship hopes alive. But for Ferrari, with Domji now out of the race, their title chances are starting to get just a little bit slimmer. But with 3 races to go, like I've said before, and like I've said many times before, anything can happen in Romula One, and it usually does. So who knows what could happen in the next race? But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about what's happening right now. Fernand is out in front from Critical Noob in 2nd and Outguard in 3rd. And I think that's the Williams of Chris Boy up into 4th. Yes, it is. Chris Boy. And he spun around 180 degrees. And he's facing backwards now. And he's dropping all the way down the field.
This is the commentator's curse.
Oh, that's just
And
brutal
also,
for the
this is who
Williams
Zach was
driver.
saying was going to move up earlier. Instantly noted by a commentator, instantly spinning back round. All of the teams at this point must hate Spinion. Back over to you.
Commentator's curse at its finest, but unfortunately, I'm not responsible for what happens in your races as a result of what I say. I'm not responsible. And I think that's Dakar going slowly. I think he's not lost his front wing. He's on the soft tires. He's taking an absolute gamble here, unless he's deciding to just have a little bit of fun, as I've just been told that the skies are now starting to clear up and the rain is starting to go away. If we can just have a look at the weather radar for a moment, King, if you could tell us what's happening on the radar, that would be really great. Because I can see that the skies are clearing up. We just need the confirmation from you that the rain is clearing up.
I'm not too sure it's currently clearing up at the moment in terms of track water. But we were told it would be 5 to 7 laps, so it's currently going to schedule.
Well, maybe it's not drying up right now, but I can see the skies above. The skies above starting to part and part. They're getting clearer and clearer. So the rain will be stopping, and that is a matter of fact. As we can now see, I'm riding on board with Fernand again, but we've got the broadcast on Epic Lexer, so let's focus on him for a moment, as he is in quite a battle at the moment with the Mercedes, the Super Joe, and the McLaren of Acer, who has dropped down just a little bit. And it looks like that's Falcon up into 4th position. He scored his maiden podium in Romula One in the last race. Can he do it again? Is the question.
Oh, and I've just seen someone going wide. Didn't catch on who he was, but he went on wide. Oh, and also Dakia's just spinning out in the soft tires.
Super Joe loses out a little bit at the final corner. He's dropped now behind Epic Lexer, who on the road is actually a lap down. So, and there he goes. He's spun.
Oh.
Collided with the sausage curve, and he's stuck. He's now lost all the positions that he had just there, and he's now dropped back behind Lance Droid, who's currently in 12th on the road.
And also F1 fan was 6th, but now is 14th. Probably the worst start here in Formula 1. And he also has no front wing,
Oh, Fernand slides a little. He clips the corner. He clips the barrier, my apologies. And he just slid a little bit. He didn't lose the car, but it was very, very close. He would not have liked that one bit. And now he's got Outguard right behind him. Outguard is hungry. He is putting all the power on the exit there. He kicked the back end, kicked out a little bit, but he's still managing to just stay in the slipstream. Is he going to be able to make a move as we come into the next braking zone, which is about 300 meters away? Let's see what happens. Is he going to be able to make a move up the inside on the Ferrari driver? No, he's not. He's going to have to sit behind just for now, as we're on lap 5 now, and I've just received word that Epic Lexer has something happened, and Epic Lexer. Wait a second, where's Epic Lexer?
I believe he's
Epic
retired.
Epic Lexer is out. I've just put on the screen
DNF.
and he's not there. He's out of the race.
And also
Epic Lexer has decided to retire from the race.
Those are the top 3 are staying out in lap 6. I think they are going to pit in the end of lap 7 as the weather gets more clearer and clearer. Also, Fernand is very much in danger as Outguard has fallen back behind a bit, and also Fernand. So who knows? The weather gets more clear and clearer as the laps go, and yeah, back to you, Spingen.
Yeah, we can definitely see that the rain is clearing up. In fact, I think it might have just stopped. I don't see any more rain particles on the camera. And yes, the rain has stopped. The track water is going down. So the drivers will soon be coming into the pits to change onto those soft compound tires. And this could be the deciding point in the race. Well, at least for now, because pit stops They can pit stops. The drivers can make mistakes going into the pit box. I'm not saying they should do it, but I'm saying that they can do it. They can make mistakes, and so they'll be one. So we'll need to have all the cameras on the pit lane as they start to come in.
Oh, and Critical Noob goes right. Oh,
We got somebody coming in now. That's Funky Fox, who's gone onto these soft compound tires, sliding his way through the pit lane. The soft tires don't exactly look to be the best tire right now.
Sorry to interrupt, but the preferred tyres, according to the weather radars, currently still intermediates. But as you can see, it's about 0.1 a second of track water heading down.
and also while Spigeon was talking, Critical Noob went wide and spun at the penultimate corner, and is now third at the moment.
And we see the 3 leaders coming into the pit lane. You are right. Well, let's see who gets out first. Fernand is out in the front. Outguard's now into second place. And Critical Noob has a bit of a slow pit stop.
They're both on the hard tyres. Sorry to interrupt, but they're both on the hard tyres. Currently, the soft tyres are the quickest tyres, with the track water absolutely plummeting. If you did not pit now, you made a mistake. Defer to leaving on the medium compound. So only 1 or 2 drivers still on that soft compound. Everybody else, either on hards or mediums, bar ASM, are risking it out with the softs.
That is a really bold statement from the Red Bull crew. They are saying that we are not afraid of a challenge and we are willing to go long in these stages of the race. Now let's have a look at the track water. It's currently 12.8% decreasing. Preferred tires at the moment are the dry, so if Fernand can break a gap from the Red Bulls, then who knows what could happen. He's already I would say about 2 seconds clear of the Red Bull drivers. And so
And also, can we just admire the huge fight for 4th place? And I think it's Falcon, Acer, and also Primer, if I'm pretty sure. But who knows?
You're right. There is a big battle going on for 4th. I don't believe Falcon's involved. He's quite a bit of a ways behind. Let's see if I can focus on Acer so I can get a better view of what's going on. I think that might be a Ferrari there. No, never mind. That's an AlphaTauri. And we can see now that Fernand is in the race lead, 1.8 seconds clear of Outguard in second, and Critical Noob now 7 seconds behind the race leader. He is struggling on these hard compound tires as we have now completed 7 laps of this race.
Fernand has the clear at the moment, but who knows? It's going to be about five-ish laps until Fernand's tires wear off completely. Outguard and Chris will have the clear advantage in the coming laps.
Yeah, the advantage is currently belonging to Fernand, but now the real question is how long will the soft tires last? And I just noticed that Acer clipping the curb there and losing a bit of ground, and now his teammates now right behind him. This is the battle for 7th position at the moment.
F1 fan says the fastest lap time.
Let's see if we can catch up to that man. I need to see where if I can find him on my spectator menu. There he is. There's Super Jump. He's currently chasing down Ratya, who's currently in 4th, and I believe that might be Critical Noob just ahead in 3rd there. I need to get the confirmation. Oh no, actually never mind. No. That's Gnome Games.
That's
just in front. It looks like he's getting lapped by Ratya and the AlphaTauri, who is 14 seconds behind the race leader and being chased down by Super Joe, who wants that 4th position. It looks like Outguard is now taking the race lead. Fernand has apparently messed up on the outbounds, and Outguard, he runs a little bit wide there, but he manages to keep his car in. He managed to keep his car in one piece and on the circuit. Now let's see if we can catch up with Fernand, who is trying to chase down the race leader, and he's now got Critical Noob for company. As long as Fernand finishes ahead of Critical Noob, he will extend his championship lead, and that is all that Fernand is looking for today.
Well, if Chris Noob just decides to DNF in this race, then I think the Constructors Championship is going to get even closer. Well, Red Bull against Ferrari. And yeah, back to you, Spigen. Oh, it also. Oh, wait, sorry. Dakar has spun out while he was behind Fernand. And yeah, back to you, Spigen.
Yeah, we can see Fernand really getting on Outguard now, using the slipstream and the DRS, brakes late, and Fernand manages to retake the race lead on lap number 9. He is putting in an absolute statement here today. He says, I want to win this championship, and you are not stopping me today. Back over to you.
Oh yeah, it was a pretty clean overtake that Fernand did out on Outguard. He was very aggressive with the braking and with the steering, you know. I mean, he also has the tire advantage. Let's not forget about that. But I think his tires are slowly wearing off, and I think he has to do a pit stop, which might lead him to not winning this race, which is very vital for the championship. And yeah, back to you, Spigen.
I think Spin, are you still here? Okay, I believe that Spinion's microphone gone again. Wait, so I'm going to fill in for him for a little bit. So currently we're riding on board with Fernand, coming back from P3 to over half a second in front of the leaders. Currently he's just heading past the dock of the Piraeus Bay, as you can see with the cargo ship behind him. So Prime Drift is setting the fastest Sector 2 on the soft tyres. So with that, he's going quicker. Back. There we go. Over to you, Spinion.
Yeah, sorry about that. My microphone loves to disconnect. But yeah, I'm back. And we were just talking about tyre wear. As we're coming on to lap number 10 now, Fernand is leading with an absolutely monstrous gap to Outguard in second, 3.3 seconds. And it looks like Ratya has closed in on Critical Noob and Outguard. He's now like 8 seconds behind the leader. And I've just received word that, holy smokes, Ratya's last lap, 1 minute 25.879. He is faster than the race leader. We might see a surprise championship. We might see a surprise race leader in the next parts of the race.
Wait,
if Prime Drifter works with him, then we might see a surprise race leader. And I've just oh dear, Falcon, get to Falcon. Falcon's out of the race. He's beached his car.
Oh, he's beached his car. That's very unfortunate. His car
on the outside of the chicane.
That's what that car is. Will that car give him a taxi ride? Why is he stopping?
I'm not sure. I think Dakar is wanting to I think you were right with what you were saying. He must be trying to offer him a little taxi ride or something. Yeah. Anyways, back to the front of the race. Fernand's still in front. 4.5 clear of Critical Noob in second. Ratya's closing in on the 2 Red Bulls. He might be a surprise podium contender. And he's got Prime Drifter behind him. As we could just there on the broadcast, you could just see Falcon there, stranded in his McLaren, and this won't be good. This won't be good for their fight for second in the constructors.
Wait, sorry to interrupt you, but I think I've just gotten word that the DRS is stuck open for all of the drivers, or at least ASM. Wait, no, not ASM, but I think it's Outguard. Yeah, Outguard has his DRS stuck open. I think that's why he's getting.
You're right.
Yeah, he is getting.
You are right. You are right. Outguard's DRS is stuck wide open. I'm not sure if that's going to give him an advantage or not. But never mind. It looks like it's been fixed now.
While Critical Noob gets his DRS back up, open back up again. Not again, but no, it closes up quite normally now.
Yeah, the two Red Bulls are going to be slipstreaming each other for these parts of the race to try and catch up to the race leader Fernand, who is on soft tires, but those softs will start to wear out soon. But Fernand is just doing brilliantly on these tires. He's now 5.5 seconds clear of the Red Bulls on the soft tires. They are on the hards, and Ratya is still closing in on the Red Bulls. He is 9.1 seconds behind, but I think he's doing a very good job as we're nearing the halfway point of this race. Back over to you.
But also the outguards there is still again stuck. I think it closes up in like sector 3 or something. I don't know, it's very weird that outguards DRS gets open for like a humongous amount of time. And yeah, back to you.
Yeah, and if it doesn't, but it does get fixed when he goes back into the DRS zone. I think it might just be an issue with his car in particular. Might need to check the scripts of that. And I think, there's Funky Fox. There goes Funky Fox, doing a big flip. But thankfully, he manages to keep his car in one piece. Now let's see that again. Let's see. There he is. He hits the rumble strips. No, the sausage curves, my bad. And he just does a big flip.
Yeah, that was a pretty big
Let's
shot.
see that one more time. And there he goes. Completely flips over there. And he was trying to chase down Fernand to unlap himself. And speaking of Fernand, the gap between him and Outguard has just come down to 4.5 seconds. The soft tires, I believe, are now starting to wear out for the Ferrari driver.
I mean, yeah, that was one thing I was going to mention, is the fact that Fernand may have been that far ahead, but he's on softs, forcing him to go another pit stop. And something I did see is we ran a poll in the stream, so make sure to join that to vote on those. And 66% of people think that Critical Noob's going to win, with 33% thinking that Fernand's going to win.
Oh, and also what's happening to Funky Fox? He's just stopped at the side of the track, and I think he's DNFing.
I believe he was lapped.
You're right.
So...
That is Funky Fox. I think he is out of the race. You're right.
Yeah, that's Funky Fox DNFing, ladies and gents, and
You're
also,
right.
and yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You are definitely correct. Funky Fox, and I think Acer's just spun there.
Oh,
I just saw him coming out of the sausage curbs. I think he must have touched the sausage curbs there, but now he's got ASM right up behind him. He was 8 seconds ahead, and now ASM is only about a second and a half. So yeah. And now we can see that Prime Drifter is now up into 4th position in this race, which will be very good for him if he can keep this going.
and also the two balls.
Ratya back in front.
Yep, and
No,
also
that's not Ratya. I think that's Boat Crafter that's in front. Ratya goes a little bit wide, and we can see a little battle going on between Acer and ASM. Let's have a look at this now. ASM with the DRS is gaining on Acer, but it's just not quite enough to make a move. But he gets a brilliant exit out of the chicane, and and ASM loses the car a little bit and drops further back behind Acer. Hang on a minute. Falcon's coming back into this race. He's just got into his car. He's just spawned his car. He's coming back into this race.
I don't think the FIA will approve of that move that Falcon's pulling out. I know.
And Falcon has just been murdered. And apparently Chris Boy is coming to the pit lane. He might have lost his front wing there. 7.62 seconds.
Yeah, he did. I had that confirmed.
Yeah, and there he is coming out the pit lane now on the medium tires. He is currently 13th on the road. I'm not sure where he was beforehand, and I'm now currently watching ASM, who is on his own at the moment.
Oh, what happened to the leaderboard? I do not know what happened to the leaderboard, but it's glitching at the moment. Yeah,
Laps
it's glitching at the moment. Laps are
leaderboard being stand by.
Oh, and also, ASM just touched the sausage curb. It was too wheeling at the penultimate corner.
just keep going as we are. I'm still gonna say that Fernand's out in front. That's ASM coming across the line.
Also, Marco mentioned that the leaderboard is being fixed, and
Yep, the leaderboard is being fixed. Fernand's soft tires are really starting to wear out now. Outguard is closing in behind it, and that's Chris Boy getting into the mix as well. He's wanting some slipstream. He's wanting to unlap himself, but that's allowing Critical Noob up past Fernand with DRS. Critical Noob now takes the race lead of the Greek Grand Prix.
I think that was a Mika Hakkinen move that.
There's Fernand right around the outside to retake the lead, but he dives into the pit lane to perform an undercut on the Red Bull crew. The leaderboard has been reset. Fernand taking a dive into the pit lane. Let's see what his pit stop time is going to be as he hits his marks at the box. Let's see what it's going to be. And his pit stop time is at 2.19 seconds. Very decent pit stop. And now he's not going to have to be on the soft tires again. He can run on the mediums for the rest of the race. And he has got 14 laps to go until the end. No, 13 laps to go. My bad. Actually, no, 12 laps. 12 laps. That's confirmed. 12 laps.
Yep, and also Critical Noob. I must mention his. Oh, and also.
There goes Dak there doing a big flip, and he was upside down there.
And also.
And he's on his way now. He's dropped down behind Prime Drifter, who has just gone to lap him, and that is really unfortunate for Dakar.
And also Chris Boy rode the sausage curbs a bit too much, and now I think he DNF'd.
Yeah, Chris Boy is out of the race. I can confirm that to you. As ASM's now coming out of the pit lane, he set a pit stop time of 2.5 seconds, which is very, very decent. And he will be rejoining the race in 9th position, ahead of F1 Fan in 10th. And that's one of the AlphaTauris coming across the line. That's Boatcrafter, who's on the soft compound tires and is just out of the points in 11th. And we can see Dakar on the leaderboard for some reason, who was 4 laps down, but classified 12th. And is now behind Deferred, who's currently 13th on the road. And we're still yet to see more cars coming across the line.
And also Radia is jumping into the pits.
That's right. Radia is coming into the pits from 3rd position on the road. The Red Bulls haven't made their pit stop yet.
Oh, that's it! Radia has.
That is a really impressive pit stop time. 1.82 seconds. That is the fastest pit stop time we have ever seen in Romula One. That is the fastest pit stop I've ever seen in Romula One. I'm not sure if that's a world record, but it's the fastest I've ever seen.
Yep, same for me. And also, can I just say about the move that Critical Noob did on Fernand? It was like it's a very classic move that Critical Noob has pulled off, and it reminds me of Hakkinen's move against Schumacher with the back marker in 2000, I think, in Spa. I don't know if I can mention it, but I just did.
I know what you're talking about. And then Fernand's attempt to re-overtake him around the outside, that was brave and bold of the Ferrari driver. And but unfortunately, he came into the pit lane, so we couldn't see that battle going on for any longer. The two Red Bulls will be coming into the pit lane soon, as they have been on their hard tires since lap number 7, I would believe. So they've been on their hard tires for 12 laps now. And with Fernand now on brand new medium tires to Red Bull's worn out hard tires, he's going to start reeling them in. And the question for Fernand now is, can he win the race today? Can he win this race?
I mean, he will try.
He's currently 5th.
Yep, sorry for interrupting, but
sorry, go ahead.
Fernand is about 24.149 seconds behind Outguard, and I think it's. Oh, and also Dakar goes. He just spun around and lost his front wing.
Oh yeah, you're right, Dakar. Dakar is having an absolutely horrendous race today. 4 laps down, he's lost his front wing again, and we've just been told to interview him. But we'll get to you after the race, mate. We'll get to you after the
We
race.
might be able to get to him really quickly.
I mean,
think?
if you decide to retire,
We've
then
got
we can
like a
do it.
minute. Okay, you've got a minute, Daka, if you come up now. Over to you, Spin.
All right, we'll make this quick. Come on up.
Well, if he wants to retire the
Right,
race,
hello, Dakar. Well, first of all, what is going on in your race today? You're four laps down, and that's goodness knows how many front wings you've lost now. What is going on, Dakar? Huh?
maybe he
there?
was.
Dude, I just held a very nice speech. Okay, so I said it's only been 3 wings, not 2. What did you say? 5? Anyway, somebody said 2 at the start, so sorry to disappoint. It's going better than expected. Going in with a total of 25 combined laps of practice, of which 9 were in the dry. I think this is pretty nice.
I'm not sure how your team's gonna feel about it, knowing that you're now 5
Dude.
laps down.
I'm driver of the day
4 laps
material.
down
I started.
behind, 4 laps down behind the next car on the road.
Yeah, no, hear me out. Finishing this high up without practice, very good. Made up 6 places since the start, very good. What can the team boss say?
Well, I guess we'll see if we can bring him up later, and we'll find out.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
Darker, at least you didn't lose about 7 front wings as I proposed.
No, you said 2. Oh, no, you did
No.
say 7.
Yeah, I did say 7.
It's still a long race. It's possible.
Yep, and also there is a very huge fight for first place as they both march on. And Chris Noob is getting on with the slipstream effect. He used a bit of its time, while as Outguard gets a very good exit. They're both on very old hard tires. And back to you, Spigeon.
Yeah, the two Red
Well, I
Bulls
can
are
just say
switching each other. They are trying their absolute damnedest to get away from the charging Fernand, who's now 24 seconds behind on the medium tires. But the Red Bulls, they're just nursing their hard tires very, very nicely. And I do wonder if they're going to make it to the end of the race today.
Imagine they finish a race in a one compound. That's going to be very impressive for the two bull drivers.
Yeah, they're surely going to the end. I think Prix has made an error putting that mediums. And that soft, I would go on for a hearts, to be honest. Because they're not gaining really much.
Yeah, you're probably right. And we've got 8 laps to go in this race, soon to be 7 laps. Out of 28, so we're at the 3/4 mark. Yep, we're now at the 3/4 mark of the race. 7 laps to go. Critical Noob's out in front from Outguard in second, and I'm watching Fernand to see what the gap will be between him and the 2 Red Bulls in front.
Sorry to
As he comes through the
interrupt,
chicane, we'll
but-
find out. Beautifully navigates the chicane there. He's absolutely pushing his car to the max. Let's see what the gap is now. 22.899 seconds.
Well,
The
he's
big
losing
question now is,
Sorry?
are the Red Bulls going to come into the pits to change for the soft tires and potentially go for the fastest lap? That is the big question.
Also, can I just mention something? The third was fighting very nice, trying to unlap himself off of Critical Noob or Outguard. I'm not pretty sure, but he was fighting very good in these 3 laps that he was fighting. And yeah.
Yeah, I can see what you mean. He is within DRS range of the Red Bulls in front. So if he's faster than the Red Bulls, then he has every right to unlap himself in this race today. And he's now right behind the now former race leader, Critical Noob, who is battling away with his teammate, Outguard. And these two are just going to keep squabbling throughout the entire race. The big question is, if these two end up in front, which one of them is going to win? And it's a big shame that Deferred's not in the mix as well. There he goes, doing a massive flip!
Oh,
But thankfully, his car stays in one piece, so he's able to continue, but he's a long way behind the leaders now.
wow, how did that happen?
Sadly I don't have a
That's the
replay of that.
commentator scores right there.
But just to tell you, Spinion, if you check DMs, I do have some info of some of the top drivers. So, here leading it with experience is Critical Noob with 6 race wins, 6 pole positions. But, somebody we've not seen much of, but still is one of the best people here in terms of experience, Prime Drifter with 3 wins and 3 pole positions. Now remember that this is all time. Critical Noob even has had a Grand Slam before. But, over to you now.
Oh, and also, can I just say about Prime Drifter? He's fighting against Radya for 7th place. It's a pretty clean fight. It's mainly because of the slipstream effect and the DRS that gives the drivers an advantage. But on the corners and such, they're pretty much the same.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. They are definitely matched in the corners, but the straights, that's where the difference is made. With DRS and slipstream, you can really blast past your opponent. And it looks like they can. It looks like they could potentially catch up to the battle between Acer and Super that is unfolding just ahead of them, and that is the battle for 4th on the road.
Yep, and also the main question is going to be, when will the bull drivers are going to pit? When is a call going to be made by their team principal or their team engineer?
And I've just received word from Ariantai that they will not be stopping.
Oh wow, that is very interesting. That's a very interesting call that
And
Red
for
Bull
any,
is making
sorry
at
to
the moment.
interrupt, but anybody who doesn't know who Ariente is, could you just say that for the stream viewers?
Oh yes, Ariente is the Red Bull team principal. He is responsible for all operations that happen within the Red Bull team, and is ultimately responsible for their performances on track.
At
So
the
if
moment,
things go right, he's responsible. If things go wrong, he's also responsible, and vice versa.
Yep, and also Ariente is making a very huge call at the moment, as you just mentioned what he's responsible of. He's making a very huge call about the Red Bull drivers not pitting, as the third XOP has the fastest sector 2 with a 32.6 and back to you, Swidgen.
And I've just been looking at some messages in the Discord, and this person called Darren is messaging me. Darren is best 132. He's been saying that that Ratya could win the race, even though he's in 7th position. He might have a chance to get 4th. Maybe not the win, but some good points, definitely.
I mean, I don't see anybody that he can overtake quite easily, or anybody.
Yes,
in general.
I know I am late.
just
I've only just received your DM. I don't read Discord messages.
If we get back to the race
I don't
now,
really
then
read
I
the
think
messages.
that Pebbles has just noticed something.
And also, it's a very huge fight. It's a 3-way fight for 4th place. As
Yep,
Prime,
we do have a big fight for 4th. This will be the one to watch. 3 teams, 3 drivers, 1 position. Who's going to take it? And this is worth 12 points in the Drivers' World Championship. It's Prime Drifter versus Super versus Acer. Aston Martin versus Mercedes versus McLaren. Who's going to take it? We'll find out at the end of lap 28. Back to you.
I mean that's the second best fight that we are seeing here in Romula One. As there's also a very huge fight for first place. As Outguard and Chris fight it out, they give their maximum in these old tires, and I don't know how they can, preserve these tires for more than 20 laps. Back to you, Spidgen.
I think it's all about steering input, because the more you turn the car, the more load you're going to put on the front tires. The 2 Red Bulls, they must have found the absolute perfect balance between grip and between speeding durability, they must have found the absolute. They must have found the best one. And as Prime Drifter there is going a little bit wide, is now dropped back behind Acer, but Acer now goes wide, and that allows Prime Drifter up through. Now let's see if he can chase down Super Jope and retake that 4th place on the road. Let's see if he can do that. He's got the slipstream at the moment. The screen lag. He's trying to move on the inside. Is it going to work at the moment? I think it has worked. And yep, can confirm it has worked.
Team orders. It's pretty sad.
Oh, who's doing team orders?
Red Bull. Critical is winning in it.
Oh,
Rania just
Red
comes
Bull.
to the pit lane.
Yeah, look at the gap.
Oh, Critical Noob is. No, Red Bull are doing team orders. That is very sassy. For the.
Yeah, over to you, Spinion.
Yeah, I can just see now that the gap between the two Red Bulls is now 1.1 seconds, as opposed to basically nothing. Some form of team orders has been implied here, as we just saw there. Critical Noob sliding a bit as he comes out of that corner just there. He's going to lose a bit of confidence, and that'll allow Outguard to catch up. And if he wants to win this race today, he will have to ignore team orders. Back over to you two.
Also, it's Bullcraft that is slowing down. I don't know why, but he is slowing down at the moment. And also, Asus was pretty wide to the fast right-hander. And it's still a three-way fight for 4th place.
Yeah, they are both pretty quick. They are now, once again, back up with each other. They've both got DRS on the back marker ahead as we now begin the final lap of this race. That is F1 fan they are about to lap. Outguard slowing down a little bit. I think Team Orders is coming back into effect again, as we can now see Critical Noob pulling away from his teammate Outguard, who's currently in 2nd. As we can see in the chat saying, Baron von Hensberg says, Ole, Ray and Dakar are the dream team. Yes, we are on the final lap. The question now is, who's going to take the race win? Will it be Outguard? Will Outguard ignore team orders? Or will Critical Noob be the one to take the W? Let's find out as we come round the last few corners. We're in sector number 2 now. This is the final lap of the race, and Outguard is right with them now. Is he going to overtake Critical Noob under DRS? Or is he going to drop back big time? Yes, he is. He has dropped back big time. He's now out of DRS range.
I mean, literally just a corner or two to go now. Over to you. And Spinion's mic has decided the best time to unplug. But you've got Critical Noob coming up to the line now to take the win at this Grand Prix. At Piraeus Bay, I don't actually know how to pronounce it, with his teammate Outguard coming in 2nd. Some of the lapped cars just crossing the line now. But that came down to team orders, as we heard from Marco at the end there. You can now see Fernand crossing the line in P3, representing Ferrari, but from Ferrari possibly getting a 1-2 to one of their cars, only finishing in 3rd, with a person not even in the title fight. Finishing in that 3rd spot is not what they would have wanted. But now we're getting ready to see who comes over the line, P4, as we saw with a 3-way fight coming over towards the end of that race there. So, I'll be interested to see. You can see their name tags just winding their way around these corners. Let's see if they get to Prime Drifter coming out in the lead, followed by Acer and Super Jope. So that means that Prime Drifter will be taking P4, Acer P5, and Super Jope P6 with Bowick Crafter P7. Over to you, Spinion.
Yeah, finally I'm back. My mic has just been having problems all race long. I think it might be the connection point. I just need something to just keep it in there. Like really, I just need to find a different place to put my microphone in, because something is just not working with it. But yeah, Prime Drifter coming home in 4th position, from Acer in 5th and Super in 6th. And ASM is the last person to finish on the lead lap. So you see Prime Drifter there doing a few donuts as he flips his car back around to take it into the pit lane. And now let's see if we can get the free podium finishers all together. Yep, there they are. Well, there's 2 of them. And Outguard should come home in the second spot position. Unless it's me. I'm only joking. That spot belongs to you, Outguard.
Also, how?
And there we go.
Yeah.
You were saying something?
How did Red Bull do a 1-2 without doing like any major pit stop? Like that's crazy to think. I don't know how, but I mean, the team principal.
I mean, yeah, sorry to interrupt. It clearly came down to strategy there, but we've got Fernan here, who finished P3, ready to speak to us. So, I'll let Spinion take these interviews as he just missed out on commentating that final lap.
Okay.
See you in the cooldown.
Yeah.
Yep.
So my microphone cut out there. It's just the worst moment. But Fernan, hello, welcome.
Hello.
So, 3rd place. It was a pretty good race, but the strategy just didn't quite work there. Needed Red Bull to pit there to have a chance. But how did the race go from your perspective?
I mean, I did my job. Except, well, I was partially at fault because I said go for subs. But there was kind of a reason. When I woke up, I find out that the tire data that was gathered, it just didn't seem too convincing to me. I don't know how to put it. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, to be honest.
And with Critical Noob taking the win and you finishing 3rd, that'll be a little bit of a dent to your championship hopes. Can we expect a comeback from you in the next race?
I mean, yeah. Did he get fastest lap this race?
I can
else get
get that.
fastest lap?
Yes, you do have the fastest lap, so that's 16 points for you.
Wait, I have the fastest lap?
Yeah, you have the fastest lap.
Oh.
125.283.
I thought someone else got it, but yeah, it's... that's 8... Somewhere between 7 to 8 points to catch up to. Yeah, it's gonna be a challenge, these next few races.
Yeah, but we've got 3 races to go. So...
Okay,
right.
sadly that's all we've got time for right now from you. But we've got the entire Red Bull team who's just going to be coming up now. Well, any Red Bull stuff in VC. They were asking me to bring them up, but I don't actually see him in the Discord. Wait, no. Either the Ferrari team and Masters decided to ruin the stream and the continuity by using an alert, like I've told him not to. So now, currently, the stream's no longer flowing together as well. Okay, could you invite the Ferrari team principal up while I get the camera back in position?
Of course. Right. Let's see.
Iber.
Iber, yes. I keep forgetting my team principals, I'm sorry. Alright, Iber, come on up.
Hello.
Hello, Iber. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
So, 3rd place and a DNF. You must be... I feel a little bit disappointed for you and your team as a result of that race. How do you feel about the race from you? How do you feel about it?
The weekend that we expected was a bit unlucky with a little tap in the wall and a spin for Fernan, but other than that, I think we missed out big on the strategy. We had planned it to be, or we did expect the slipstream and DRS to be that powerful, meaning that we didn't manage to keep on. But but I have one very important thing to say, and that's the owner of Alpine is a fucking disgrace to this sport. I hate him, and the team is in the mud. Shit team.
Okay.
Well, I hate the guy. Hope this gets featured on the...
Okay, great to hear that from Iber. So he's the team principal of Ferrari. whose strategies didn't quite pay off today. So he will really be beating himself up for that one. But currently, we've got Critical Noob, the race winner, with Red Bull coming up to speak.
Critical Noob, welcome. First of all, congratulations on your race victory. That's your 7th overall Romula One win. Tell us about it.
Yep, 7th win and 7th pole. So not bad. Yeah, it was a very hard race with outguards. It's unfortunate for Fernand that he got the wrong strategy. The hearts were like insanely good here. Like when we did data, we did 20 laps on hearts and we did a 125 lap time on 20 lap out hearts. So it's kind of insane. Like the hearts had 0 tire wear. It's crazy.
And I also noticed towards the end of the race that you two were battling, and then Outguard dropped off. What happened? Was there team orders coming into play, or was it something else?
No. It was basically I was waiting to pull the trigger, right? To get Outguard out of my DRS. So I waited until like past the straight and used all of my DRS to push. He might have made a mistake, I don't know, but yeah, I tried to get Outguard out of my DRS multiple times the race, and he always got back in, which was kind of annoying, but just shows how fast he was with the race. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, and so with only 3 races to go, the championship lead only stays around 7-8 points, which is not that big. So do you, wait, hold on, let me think. Breathe. I'm sorry, I need when my brain overheats, I just need these little breathing moments. Just go. So, with 3 races to go, the championship lead is only 7-8 points. Actually, never mind. Just scrap that. With you taking the championship lead, do you think you can keep it for the rest of the season? That's what I was trying to ask you.
I hope so. I hope it doesn't rain again, because it's very annoying. And yeah, if it stays dry the next 2 races, I mean. Huh?
Do you not like the rain?
No, I actually hate the rain. Like, I mean, I haven't been doing bad this weekend in the rain, but I don't like driving it very much. I'm much better in the dry, so hopefully it stays dry. And yeah, hopefully I can keep the championship lead until the end.
Okay. Well, thanks. That's all I've got to ask you. King, Mr. Side Commentator, you two got. Oh, never mind.
Just sent him down, but is for GeForce here? If he is, then that he'd be quite good to respond to some of the comments. Though I don't think we'll be able to get him in here to respond to the comments. Right. Oh. Right, everybody, if you're in chat, go and ping the GeForce asking him to join. I guess it's podium celebration time. I can hear the music for once.
The cheese tax. And time. All right. I don't think we can get any more interviews for now because it's now time for the podium. Third position will go to. Hold on. Wait for it. And Fernand takes 3rd spot on the podium today. There he is. Mr. Fernand standing on the podium in all of his glory. 2nd place will belong to. Actually, I think it'd be best if I just stay quiet whilst he does the podium.
I'll go do the podium. So we've got Outguard now in P2 after a sensational drive, but sadly getting team orders, and then just having to finish behind, but first in FP1, first in FP2, first in FP3, first in quali, and most importantly, the first in the race. Coming up in a minute now. Here he is. With the Red Bull team achieving a 1-2 today, with Fernand with Ferrari achieving P3. This is a great performance for the Red Bull team, but not the one that Dom or the Ferrari team would have been hoping with. But on the podium, but with the wrong driver. And currently you've got
Sorry,
Spinion
there, but,
blocking the camera
yeah.
view.
No anthem.
But let's be quiet for the anthem. And you'll get to hear the alert throughout the anthem, because I've already told Caster to shut up with the alerts. So you'll get to hear the noise through the anthem.
Hola? Hola?
Yes, so we've now the anthem, but we've got the G-Force here. So we'll have a podium celebration on in the back. 1 second, they've got the Austrian national anthem, which you can't hear.
I'll just wait.
That is the national anthems of.
Okay,
of
yeah, here's the
Germany
celebration.
and
Sorry to
Austria.
interrupt, but we've been, but we're thinking if Iber's still here, Iber's got a few questions for you, so we're going to have a team principal chat with one another. You probably missed it, I'm pretty sure you did, but Iber's got some stuff he'd like to say to you.
Hola!
Yeah,
Hello.
Iber, do you have any questions for the G-Force, the Alpine team principal?
Oh yes, I have many of them.
Oh, I don't know what Spanish. 1 sec.
Mándalo a español.
Oh yeah,
Please,
for
oh, please,
everybody...
gracias.
Oh, sorry to
Por favor.
really quickly, for everybody currently in the Discord listening, you guys all smell if you're not at least watching the stream with it muted or something, because of course by doing that you're drawing more attention to the league, and then it promotes it more, gets it pushed further, which at the end of the day it means more premium payouts, meaning Caster will pay you guys more Robux. So, over to the
I'm
interview now.
I have many
Hola.
questions.
Please tell.
Or this,
Please ask-
it's
ask
not
away.
questions. It is
Yeah,
things I need
Iber,
to
we're
say.
going to have like a little team boss interview for you. So if you
I need
interview
to
the
say
G-Force, we heard you
Don't call it an
talking about
interview. It's a cat fight. Just say what it is.
Catfight, yes, about what you were saying
Yes.
about him earlier. Okay, I need to turn both of your volumes up just to make sure we can hear it, and off you go.
Okay, so basically, I will repeat myself. Alpine is a disgrace to this league. It's a fucking shithole with a piece of shits. They're down in 9th place. Hate that team so much. I hope they burn in the next race and crash in the wall in the first fucking lap.
Okay, well, I'm gonna be the bigger person and say I forgive you, Iber, for all of your harmful words. And I know your call about the blue flags is very stupid, and like, what the fuck are you thinking? But you know what? It's okay. I forgive you. Don't worry. I forgive you. It's okay. You can all forget about this, and you can just
I
live.
don't care about being the bigger man. I hope your team burns in hell.
I
To be
mean,
honest.
I'd rather be in hell than be in second and losing out on first. I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
Well,
okay,
you
I'm
are
P9. Wow. We've
yes,
had a lot
yes,
of.
you're down in ninth, bro. You're down in ninth. You're not even close to the top. I can't see you down there even. I'm struggling to hear you because you're so far down, you fucking bitch.
Yeah.
That's all I
Anyways,
have to say for today.
I'm what's it called? Just say subscribe to the GeForce, listen to Kendrick Lamar, hashtag Blesh, hashtag Elf, LH44, all that good stuff, and season 4, I guess.
Read the fucking main chat, interviewers. Read the fucking main chat.
I'll wait for my like.
Okay, sorry,
Your channel
sorry,
is
we've
shit.
now got
There's
Dom
no
as well.
support. They're all bots. They're all bots. I'm letting you know right now.
Okay.
They're all bots. Okay. And no one
Okay.
watches your channel, and I'll make sure to make a video. I'll make sure. To make a video.
Okay.
Listen up, everyone. Listen up, everyone. Make sure.
Okay.
And I will shit on your.
Actually, I'm
Ooh,
going
yes,
to quick,
please.
guys.
Yes,
let's stop.
please.
We got in.
Oh my goodness.
Who's bringing everyone up?
What the fuck?
Who's just brought everyone up?
For that, you say Ferrari PT is how?
Jesus.
Yeah, so currently we're having some post-race interviews. So if anybody would like to come up, of course, you can raise your hand to get a post-race interview and for us to be able to hear. But I'm pretty sure everybody has just left us. For now, as we've got the G-Force, let's just hear the G-Force talk about his team, how they're going, and how they plan to improve in future.
Hello, everybody. I don't really care about this drama. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know what happened. It was because of some blue flag situation. But yeah. Thanks to Ferrari to I guess bringing attention to Alpine. That's something, I guess. Yeah. I don't really have much to say. We had a somewhat race. We had a race. That's what we had, and we had I don't know, like the third got P8 or P11. I'm assuming P8 because we're like that. But who knows? And in the next race, hopefully we hope to see some improvement. I mean, Epic is having some struggle in the rain. I'm getting shit on right now in general, probably. My channel is being called shit because I don't know, some block game is just some block F1 racing league is just like, oh, I'm not gonna lie. Who cares? It's not that deep. I mean, I have better things to do, I guess.
Okay, so I'm going to cut you off there. Really, thanks for talking.
Bye.
And so we're just going to play an interview, which some of you might have missed, some of you may have seen, just to cap this off. Anybody currently in chat, you can see this by watching the stream. But thank you guys all for watching. The broadcast will end at the end of here.
Hello, my name is Carnaman, and I'm the SM1 team boss.
How did you manage to turn the team around when you joined midway through the season?
Pretty simple. Before, when I submitted my application, I had a few drivers in mind, like Prime Drifter, Luchbot, Racerman, stuff, people like that. And because they know me, and they decided to race for me, and they're really good. So we basically got a really solid team in like 2-3 races, and I think we're gonna have some pretty good races throughout the season.
Great to hear. I mean, with that in mind, do you think you can be in contention with Red Bull and Ferrari throughout the rest of this season?
Yeah, it's probably possible. I'm not gonna lie, I feel pretty good about this race. What is this, Munich? The Indian one? Or whatever. No, that's not Munich. Anyways, the Indian one, yeah, I feel pretty good about that one. Pretty solid race. My current driver ASM has shown really strong pace here. Prime is also doing really good. I think we could contend for second place. We could for sure get second place. I'm not sure about first because Red Bull is already super far out, like with points in both drivers. So I think we cannot secure first place. But it's racing, so anything can happen.
Sorry to bring this up, but how's your situation with deal with Roma? We've heard you had some history with him.
Yeah, he used to race for me in another series, and he decided to not show up, not tell me anything. Well, he responded in like 2 weeks and said he'll race, but there was like one race left, and he didn't show up. So I had to sign someone else, which was Dino Monkey. I was originally gonna sign him for Romula One, but I found out he was banned, so I couldn't. Otherwise, I think we would be doing even better.
If you can, what's 3 words to describe your plan this season?
3 words? Damn, let me think about that. Ambitious, optimistic, driven.
Introduce yourself.
Hello.
Okay, and of course, that was the Alfa Romeo, not Alfa Romeo, sorry. That was the Aston Martin team principal earlier this season when he came in to reform the team. And since he came in, the team was running 4th. Now, this is from round 6, not the current round. We will be getting those updated standings soon. But since he's came in, he's reformed the team, getting it up to 4th, bringing the second most experienced driver in, Prime Drifter, the Season 1 World Champion, back into the team, which has all worked out amazingly for him. Join us next week. I'll just check which race it is. So if you join us on the 20th of January for the US Grand Prix in Topeka, I'm sorry I probably pronounced that wrong, but thank you, all of you guys, for watching Zach and any other guests we had come along. So shout out to Zach's Gaming Lab and for GeForce for coming along.